The chaos at The View has hit a boiling point, and guess what? Sunny Hostin's at the center of it. From slashing salary cuts to making remarks that have ignited outrage, the fallout is shaking Disney and BC to their core. But here's the burning question: is Sunny really the villain in this mess, or just a scapegoat for a show spiraling out of control? Stick around because the drama's just getting started. The drama brewing at The View is far from over, and it's heating up faster than anyone could have anticipated. Once celebrated as the crown jewel of daytime television, the show now feels more like a chaotic battleground of clashing opinions and unexpected exits.
Okay, Sunny, you have a legal note.
I do have a legal note. Thank you, Whoopi. Matt Gaetz has long denied all allegations, calling the claims, quote, invented, and saying in a statement to ABC News that this false smear following a 3-year criminal investigation should be viewed with great skepticism. That DOJ investigation was closed with no charges being brought.
And we don't like what was said about Puerto Rico. And we know how to take the trash out, Donald Trump. Trash that has been collecting since 2016. And that's you, Donald Trump. And finally, my fellow Puerto Ricans, Trash Collection Day is November 5th, 2024. Don't forget it.
You know, Sunny Hostin over at The View had some choice words for Brittany Mahomes, who's married to the other Mahomes guy who plays for the Chiefs. She had the temerity to like a Trump post online, and she's been taking for it ever since. She wound up posting this defensive tweet saying, God, people are like, you got to settle down. Like, go be a better person and don't jump all over people for just random stuff.
We know now that he will have almost unfettered power. And so I worry not about myself, actually. I don't worry about my station in life. I worry about the working class. I worry about my mother, a retired teacher. I worry about our elderly and their Social Security and their Medicare. I worry about my children's future, especially my daughter, who now has less rights than I have. I know that as a country, it's very difficult for people to believe that racism and misogyny, they're just alive and well. I think that we don't want to think that about ourselves, our neighbors, our friends, but it's my lived experience tells me that it does still exist.
It was a terrible night for women, for children, for the hundreds of thousands of hardworking immigrants who make this country go, for healthcare, for our climate, for science, for journalism, for justice, for free speech.
That is now the person that's going to be our chief law enforcement.
Let me say this.
She was on television, you know, that's the primary requisite.
Look, I've known
She
her.
was.
At least, listen, everything in life is relative, people.
Election denialism is a very big deal.
If you've missed out on the unfolding chaos, don't worry, I'll break it all down for you. Once a ratings powerhouse, The View is now struggling to stay afloat. Viewership numbers are dropping as rapidly as a souffle that never quite rose, while the show's cast seems more combustible than ever, with personalities that bring more spice than a ghost pepper eating contest. Meanwhile, Bob Iger, Disney's CEO, is left to steer this sinking ship, looking more like a cowboy in a rodeo without a lasso than an executive in control. And at the eye of this storm, Sunny Hostin, whose recent antics have made things heat up more than anyone saw coming, but what's really going on behind those fiery headlines? Now let's turn our attention back to The View and the turmoil that's been boiling behind the scenes. Sunny Hostin has always been a polarizing figure on the show, but her actions in recent months have taken things to a whole new level. For some time now, Sunny has been skating on thin ice with both Disney and BC, but recent events have pushed that fragile foundation to the breaking point. Her outspoken on-air remarks haven't just stirred controversy among the audience, they've sent shockwaves through the executive ranks. When you're part of a flagship show that's long been a key moneymaker for Disney, also known as their golden goose, you can bet that every misstep will be noticed. And noticed it was. The response from Disney's top brass? Swift and severe. In a series of tense boardroom meetings likely filled with weary executives sipping cold coffee and letting out exasperated sighs, a decision was made to cut Sunny Hostin's salary. Starting in 2025, her paycheck will shrink from $8 million to $5 million. There's a staggering $3 million reduction. But this isn't just about money. This move marks a significant turning point in Sunny's career and raises even bigger questions about the future of The View. The once unshakable dynamic of the show is shifting, and the fallout is just beginning. Stay tuned as we dig deeper into what's happening behind the scenes. That $3 million pay cut is no small change, and when paired with the complete cancellation of her anticipated raises set to eventually reach an impressive $12 million, it's nothing short of a financial gut punch for Sunny. That dream paycheck? Gone. Vanished as if it were part of a forgotten straight-to-DVD movie that no one asked for. But wait, the story doesn't end there. As if the pay cut weren't bad enough, Sunny's also been pulled from guest spots on other shows, which could have helped her make up some of that lost income. In essence, it's as though the Disney higher-ups have grounded her, but instead of a lecture from her parents, it's corporate execs delivering the reprimand. The message from Disney is loud and clear: Sunny's actions are costing the company more than they're willing to tolerate. But why has the network suddenly decided to put their foot down? Insiders claim Disney and a BCC Sunny as the main culprit behind The View's ratings freefall, a steep decline they can no longer afford to ignore. It's a bold accusation, especially for a show known for its never-ending string of controversial moments. Let's face it, the cast seems to take turns igniting Twitter firestorms, with each outburst more shocking than the last. However, Sunny's behavior has apparently crossed the line even Whoopi Goldberg hasn't dared to reach, a feat in itself considering Whoopi's own history of eyebrow-raising moments that have undoubtedly kept producers awake at night. Naturally, Sunny isn't taking these blows lying down. Reports suggest she's seething over the pay cut and axe raises. In retaliation, she's raising the stakes, accusing Disney of sexism, racism, and misogyny, a triple threat of allegations designed to stir public outrage. Whether or not Sunny's claims hold water, one thing is clear: she's playing this situation like a seasoned poker player in Las Vegas, betting everything on her ability to turn the narrative in her favor. While this strategy might drum up some public sympathy, it doesn't seem to be shaking Disney's resolve. Bob Iger and his team appear unwavering in their quest to repair the company's tarnished reputation and plummeting profits. And let's not forget, The View isn't the only problem on Disney's plate. Other ABC mainstays, such as Jimmy Kimmel Live and Good Morning America, are also struggling to maintain their audience. The network feels less like a well-oiled machine and more like a fleet of sinking ships, each one springing new leaks faster than Bob Iger can patch them. For Iger, it's an uphill battle of epic proportions as he tries to steer Disney's massive ship through turbulent waters. Between falling ratings, dwindling ad revenue, and a growing sense of public disillusionment, Sunny's antics on The View are just one headache among many. The question now is whether her role in the chaos is the breaking point or simply another symptom of a much larger problem. What comes next for Sunny and The View? Stay tuned, it's a story that's still unfolding. Bob Iger might feel like he's running a never-ending marathon, juggling one crisis after another. With every problem he tries to fix, another seems to pop up, leaving him looking less like the captain of a corporate juggernaut and more like a man desperately plugging leaks in a sinking ship. He probably dreams of a peaceful getaway, but who has time for that when the network's ratings are plummeting faster than the credibility of late-night infomercials? And speaking of plummeting situations, Sunny's tenure on The View appears to be hanging by a thread. Word on the street is that ABC executives are mulling over the possibility of cutting her loose altogether. That's right, the firing card is officially on the table. There's talk of replacing her with someone who could shake up the panel, someone bold enough to spar with Whoopi and Joy, challenging their views and creating the kind of fiery debates that once defined the show. Would this shakeup save The View? The odds aren't looking good. At this point, the show feels less like a vibrant debate stage and more like reheating leftovers. It doesn't matter how much seasoning you add, the freshness has long since faded. Still, Sunny isn't going down without a fight. Behind the scenes, Sunny is reportedly preparing for a legal battle. She's on the hunt for the best legal team money can buy, determined to challenge the pay cut and fight for her axed raises. Rumor has it that she's gearing up for what could become one of the most publicized showdowns in daytime television history. Meanwhile, Whoopi and Joy have come to her defense, describing Sunny as an essential part of the show. Whether this is genuine support or an attempt to maintain peace in their already chaotic workplace is anyone's guess. But as tensions rise, it's clear that the atmosphere on The View is anything but harmonious. Adding fuel to the fire, Sunny's refusal to tone down her rhetoric is becoming a flashpoint. Disney executives have reportedly asked her to ease up on the controversial statements, but instead of dialing it back, she's doubling down. Sunny's defiant stance practically screams, "Nobody tells me what to do." As her position becomes shakier by the day, you can't help but wonder if Sunny's next big move will involve updating her LinkedIn profile, but let's not rush to blame her entirely. Is Sunny really the root cause of The View's troubles? The reality is far more complex. The View has built its reputation on controversy and conflict, a kind of televised soap opera where coffee mugs replace wine glasses. For years, viewers tuned in to watch the heated debates and inevitable clashes, but somewhere along the way, The formula stopped working. The show's constant turmoil may have driven short-term spikes in viewership, but it's also eroded its credibility. Rather than thought-provoking discussions, audiences now see a panel caught in a never-ending cycle of chaos. Whether Sunny stays or goes, it's clear that The View's struggles run much deeper than one person's behavior. Now, The View has gone from being a platform for spirited debates to a constant dumpster fire, with every new scandal and controversy adding fuel to the blaze. As a result, viewers are tuning out in droves and advertisers are steering clear, unwilling to throw money into a sinking ship. Bob Iger, already grappling with the struggles of Disney's streaming service, declining park attendance, and now The View's implosion, is finding himself in the unenviable position of trying to salvage his legacy before his tenure officially ends in 2026. And with all these issues piling up, it's clear he's got a lot on his plate. Sunny Hostin's drama may seem like just another headache in this never-ending series of problems, but it's a glaring sign of how deep The View's troubles really run. While a pay cut may be one way to address it, there's no quick fix for a show and a network that seems stuck in a downward spiral. So what does this all mean? Sunny's being held accountable for her actions, but she's also become a symbol of The View's larger identity crisis. As Disney looks to tighten its belt and shake things up, it's hard to believe that any drastic moves will save the show. At this point, The View feels like it's already reached its expiration date. And while Sunny may bear the brunt of the blame for now, she's far from the sole reason for the show's downfall. She's just another casualty in the ongoing saga of a once dominant franchise struggling to keep its head above water. So what's your take on this? Is Sunny the villain in this mess, or just the latest casualty in The View's slow motion collapse? Drop your thoughts below. I'm dying to hear what you think. And if you enjoyed the video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss out on the latest updates and breakdowns. This is Movie Saga, bringing you the hottest takes in entertainment. Catch you in the next one.